Yeah, welcome back fellas. This week's Daily A race is the Mini at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. That is the short one in case you didn't know. There is two cars to choose from, the 65 Mini and the 05 Mini, and this week's OP car is the 05. Did do a couple of laps in the 65, wasn't a huge fan, so we've settled with the 05. Managed to do, I think a 57 something. Maybe a 57.9. Yeah, it's very similar to a couple of weeks ago's front wheel drive, where we've got to turn a little bit extra on the apex and mash that wide open throttle and unwind the steering wheel, letting those high engine revs pull us out of the corner. So it'll be straight in some slow-mo as turn 1 approaches really quickly here. For me, it's a lift off and then a little bit of a trail brake and easy on the steering wheel, trying to get to the apex. Pick up a little bit of throttle on the apex, that'll settle the car, and then wide open throttle shortly thereafter. Use all the ripple strip and the green stuff. That's what it's there for. Braking under the bridge pretty much as soon as that shadow starts. I'm braking in a straight line here. A couple of the other top 10 cars are making a V line for the apex already. I prefer to stay wide, then a longer trail to the apex, and then I will put in a heap of steering lock and hit wide open throttle and use that unwind technique to pull us down the next straight. This is also another tricky one. I'm trying not to brake on this occasion. We did gloss our foot over the brake just a touch to get the nose down to bite for us. And it ended up being a decent lap. I think I've had 2 laps around this pace, one with the brakes, one without. It's up to you how you want to try and get through there. I don't mind the no braking method. Using a little bit of runoff here to turn in. I did also notice I was one of the only blokes using this ripple strip, so you can miss that if you would like to. Now I'm aiming for the left hand side of the road, and once again a really long trail braking section, trying to come back and ride up this curb here, and we'll hit wide open throttle as soon as we brush it. Using the curb on the outside as much as possible. You can get 1 or 2 tyres on there. It looks like we just missed the curb on this occasion. And a short lap and a long run to the line. We'll jump on board for some quick mo here. We'll get a good idea of how we're using the steering wheel. So a little bit of a turn in, try and get a set. It's another one of them oversteers on the apex and wide open throttle. Braking at the shadow, you can see we'll trail brake and then feed in a lot of lock when we hit wide open throttle. You'll hear the tyres squealing their heads off. Like I said, just winding up the engine. So we've got extra revs when we get onto the straights. Using all the runoff, pretty much maximising the track widths as much as possible. There's one of the few gear changes we get onto, down into third. A little bit of a seesaw there, if we could smooth that out, maybe another 10th. Running it out to the curb. Yeah, Brands Hatch Indy, super tricky. Really, under a minute is definitely doable though. So you will see a couple of people being a bit heavier on the brakes. I like to be gentle on the brakes and keep the weight distributed amongst all 4 wheels. I feel as though it gives us a little bit more turning power. Yeah, all 4 wheels up on the curb, turning in off this curb. We're going to go 4 wheels on the outside as well, and a little bit of grass for good measure. Turning in from the grass, a little bit of curb if people want curb, if you would like some. If you can really nail that turn in there, it will reward you and get one nice long wide open throttle all the way to the finish line. So it should be time for some bumper cam. So yeah, nice short how-to video this week. Really only doing, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 turns at best. Being under 1 minute, you should be able to pump plenty of time into this. and really get your qualifying time nice and low. Looks like the race time's at about 6 minutes, which is pretty much average for daily race A. Yeah, good luck. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you're more than welcome to see if you can get that 65 through a few races. It has a lot of power actually. It bags up the bags quite a lot, probably a bit too much for a nice low time though. Well, good luck, and we might see you a little bit later with Race C Guide Awesome Daily Racing. Cheers.